Hello, and how y'all doing? I just like to welcome y'all into a conversation with me. I'm DenardRaps, and this is going to be the first of many. I just wanted to really start the foundation, build something, build a rapport with the listeners, with the ones that may have chose to click on this video. See, I've been doing a lot of TikTok videos, and I've been getting views, I've been getting the shares, I've been getting the likes. However, with that TikTok video, it's a challenge against time. I feel like I'm racing against time because I'm never ever actually able to get in my point, get into the details of things I want to talk about. And with the long form versus the short form situation, this gives me the better opportunity. See, now there's a lot of people that like the TikToks. I have no issue with it. And I watch TikToks. I will continue to upload videos on there. However, this is for the ones that want to listen to something, have a conversation with someone. And I don't know where this conversation gonna go. I don't know how this episode, this playlist gonna go, but this is gonna be the first of many. This is going to give me an opportunity to really just sit back and have a conversation with you guys. And that's what I want to do. That's where my skill set lies. I have a lot of experiences just like you. I have a lot of opinions just like you. I've been through a lot, seen a lot just like you. And sometimes we just need somebody to relate to. So tonight, this is just a foundation that I'm building. This opportunity that we're doing right now, this is just the building the foundation, the rapport. And the thought that came to my mind that really propelled me to do this is just to think, how did I get here? How did I get here? And yes, I'm speaking of the actual environment, my living space, which I'm thankful for. The Lord has really blessed me. I'm also thankful for my financial state. But I'm actually really speaking on my mental and spiritual state. I think a lot of times we bypass that. We don't really dive into that. Now, in this space that I'm in, this is a faith-based channel. I'm going to be 100 with you. This is a faith-based channel. So a lot of my perspective, a lot of my experiences hinge off of that life growing up, but then not always obeying and doing the right thing. We're gonna get into it. See, the reason I really am in a wrestling match with myself right now, for the simple fact of the matter is, I'm not sure what to actually name this series, name this playlist. So if you're watching this, if you have some thoughts that after we finish this conversation tonight, if you have thoughts that you say, oh, this will be a great title, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments, and if we like it, we're gonna make it do what it do. You know what I mean? We're really going to just this is for the community, this is for the family. It allows me to have a conversation with y'all. I don't think we do that enough. But then also, like I said, I don't know how this is going to expand. I don't know how far this is going to go. We may move to a point where we have live conversations. I know there's a lot of podcasts right now. So this is a conversation. This is a conversation with me, DenardRaps, and you. And I understand that a lot of us, we tend to do the TikTok stuff. We tend to do the quick swipes and up and down because of our attention span is so short. However, this is for the ones that have been listening to their music all day long, that have been in their cubicle working hard. And when you finally get off that clock and you sit in that traffic, you may not want to actually listen to no music because it's been in your eardrums all day. It's been so loud all day. This is for the ones that just want to have a conversation, a soothing tone as you drive home. And this is how I'm gonna bring it. And I don't want to pigeonhole myself because we're gonna talk about the things I've been through. We're gonna talk about the things you've been through. So as well as putting the name or a possible name for this channel or this series in the comments, actually put in things that you want to talk about. We'll talk about those things. We will dive into those things. And if I don't know about it, I'll go learn about it. And if I already know about it, I will give my opinion. We'll try to back it with facts. We'll read comments. We'll do the whole nine. I just want to share something with y'all. Y'all are as important as I am. We all are in this together, and we got to walk together. Now, I started off by saying, how did I get here? Let's just start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning. And I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it's a long form video. So if you have time, we'll dive into it. During this series, like I said, I don't want to pigeonhole myself. So sometimes we're going to talk about some things that are uncomfortable for myself and as well as maybe you guys. I don't have an issue with sharing my life. because this is the reason I'm here. This is the reason I'm doing it, is to speak on what I've been through to help maybe somebody, even if it's just one person, even if it's just half a person. My goal is to help you guys, help y'all, because it's been helping me to be able to just do this, to continue this walk, continue this journey. So like I said, I didn't want to pigeonhole myself at all. There may be times we may talk about politics. We may talk about sex. We may talk about rap music. We may talk about sports. We may talk about whatever's going on. But more importantly, we're going to talk about how is it going to affect us. We have to focus on how is it going to affect us. Me and you and me, your family, your friends. We always can't just focus on what's happening at that moment. We have to grow and build together. So that's going to give me this opportunity to do that. And that's why I want to have this conversation with y'all. So now let me just get into it. So how did I get here? This is something I've been thinking about. This is something I've been thinking about for some time now. So if I'm going to be honest, how did I get here? Let's just start at the very beginning. I grew up in the church. And from my earliest memories, I grew up in the church. Even to the fact that my grandfather, he was a minister or a preacher, rather. He's not doing it now because he's older now. However, him and I have difference of opinion, difference of perspective, maybe I should better say, of what faith is and how it works. Now, I don't know if he's ever, and I never asked him, so it's kind of wild, but I never asked him if he has like a theology degree, if he's ever ordained, or how did he get into it. I just remember all those years of my life, he was preaching in front of many, many people, many congregations, and when he would come down from out of town or whatever, he would preach, and then we'll go see him. However, growing up, I don't think that was my focus, my mindset. Obviously, I'm young. So, like I said, I've been in the church since I can remember. I am a Christian. But let's just fast forward just a few steps. And I just remember being baptized. Well, let's go back just one step. I remember a lot of the conversations of, oh, you gotta obey God, you gotta fear God, you gotta do what God say, and all this and everything, which we understand that, which all that is true. However, they didn't teach a lot of things. I don't think they taught it to us correctly. I don't think they explained it to us, and if they did, they didn't do it to a level that we could understand it at a young age. I'm speaking from my own perspective. I'm speaking from what I know, what I experienced, how I grew up. So I'm gonna give that to you as we build this rapport. I'm gonna open up some of my layers, and we will continue. Like I said, this is the first of many. There's some things I might just do a high level view of and keep going because there's some points I want to get to of how I got here. However, so let's keep going. I remember I was might have been like 11, maybe 10, 11, 12 at the most. I did get baptized. But the reason I got baptized was not the reason that I believe you're supposed to. I got baptized for the simple fact that everybody else was doing it. I wanted to taste the crackers and the juice. I wanted to go down front. I wanted this and I wanted that. I didn't have the understanding. I didn't have the mindset. I didn't have the maturity to be doing what I was doing. However, that's not the issue. That's not the problem. The issue and the problem, it came about when I wasn't taught what it means. What it meant at that time and what it means to this moment at this time right now. I wasn't taught that. I wasn't taught that. They feel that they teaching us that, I guess, because they're telling you what not to do. They're telling you what you're supposed to do, and all this. They're speaking at you, but not to you. And what do? You really grow and you really follow the people that's around you. That's what you do, especially at such a young age. There's not a true understanding. But I want to back up one more thing because I want to give y'all a parallel thought as I give y'all the foundation. Not only was I in the church for my first memory, also one of my first memories was playing football. I started playing football at 4 years old. Now, The first time I stepped on that gridiron, the first time I touched that pill, I was hooked. I was hooked. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I was here for, or at least I thought what I was here for. I loved the game of football. And to this day, I still do enjoy the game of football. It's given me so much. It's taken so much. It's strengthened me in so many ways. However, I'm just saying that's one of the very first memories that I can pull up. I bring that up so I can give you two parallel thoughts as we walk this path of building this foundation together and as we go on to these new episodes. So, as I was growing up, I played for two teams. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I played for the Oak Cliff Cowboys and the Beckley Saint Dragons. Now, I also went to Martin Wise Elementary, and it was a good time. I'm not saying we had money. I'm not saying we didn't have money. But you don't know what you don't have until you have more, and you don't have more, or you don't have a desire to more because you don't know what's out there. I'm not saying my mother and stepfather didn't do what they could. I'm not saying they didn't provide. I'm just being 100 with you. You know what I mean? We had more than others, I'm sure, and less than others, I'm sure. Now, I bring that up, all that to say is because of the understanding and the growth of it. Where I was, where I grew up, I'm giving y'all the place, the setting. I'm giving y'all the environment. I'm giving y'all the thought process. I'm giving y'all what it is so y'all can know who we are and what we're dealing with, where we are and where we're going. So now, here we go. So, like I said, I played football and I loved football. I loved football. Now, I remember I had to be about 6, maybe 7. And I remember it had to be like a Saturday morning, and it was NCAA history, right? It was NCAA history, but it was a new game on that channel. Now, at this time, I don't know where I was when I saw this video. Or yes, I don't know where I was when I saw this video. But at this time, I think cable might have just been starting out. So, this is new, and if they show it on Saturday morning, it's probably right before college football games came on, the whole 9. But nonetheless, I saw Emmitt Smith playing for the Florida Gators. Now, at this time, like I said, I had to be like 6 or 7, and I believe either he had just got drafted or he was already there for a year. Now, like I said, I'm from Dallas, so I'm a Dallas Cowboy. But let's bring it full spectrum so y'all can see it real quick. So, one of the very first college football games was a Florida Gators football game, and I saw that orange and blue. And once I saw that orange and blue, now you got to think I already loved the game since I was 4, right? At this time, I'm like 6 or 7, so I've been playing the game pretty much every day. As soon as I understood there was a game called football, I was playing football. So now, I saw this game at 6, maybe 7. And I saw this orange and blue, and I saw this number 22 running that ball. Man, I wanted to be a Florida Gator. I knew where I wanted to go. I knew what I wanted to do. And to add to it, like I said, my favorite team, he got drafted to the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, like I spoke about now, I played for the Oak Cliff Cowboys. Okay? So now everything is lining up. That's all I knew. That's all I wanted to do was play the game of football. So as we're walking down this road together, me and you, as in this conversation, I have God and football. I have God and football. Those are the things that's in my life right now. Those are the things that's in my life right now. However, you know what I'm doing every day. You know what I'm doing every day. I'm playing football any chance I get. I'm learning the game. I'm loving the game. I'm thinking about the game. I'm going to sleep with footballs. That's all I wanted to do. Any chance I got to play football, any chance I got to run, any chance I did that. I enjoyed that. That's what I wanted. And people used to talk about me, and they probably did even as I got older. We'll get there. But I used to love practice. I used to love practice just as much as I love the game. You like, what? It don't mean, because you got to do it every day. You got to do it every day. And just like every other kid, don't get it twisted. I didn't like burpees. I didn't like up and downs. I didn't like conditioning. I didn't like 6 feet, but it was the whole scale of I love the game. So I know, yeah, we got to go do this stuff, but we get to tackle. We get to run. We get to play football every day. You get one game a week, but you get to practice 3 or 4 times. And when I didn't have practice, man, it wasn't a good day. I remember this because I love the game. I loved it. I loved it so much. Now, let's fast forward a little bit because I don't wanna get off on too far in the tangent of this game because I want to give y'all a path. I want to give y'all the understanding. I want to put the foundation of how we got here, how I got here where I am, where I currently am, right? So, where was we saying? Where we were playing the game. So now I'm probably like I would say seventh, 8th grade. Time has passed, and now it's time for me to go play junior high ball. My stepdad, coached the little league teams. Like I said, I played for the Bacon Center Dragons at this time. By the time I had left Oak Cliff Cowboys and playing for the Bacon Center Dragons, so now I'm about, I think, going into the 7th grade. At my biggest right now, I'm a 5'8 3/4", about 5'9" at the tallest. So just think about how tall I was at 9, maybe 10, 11. I've always been the older but lighter, as they would call it. I was always older but lighter. So I'm playing this game and scoring a lot of touchdowns. People, I played that game. Everybody's, oh, you score? No, I'll give y'all this. People used to call me Fatty. That used to be my nickname when I was a kid. Some family members still call me that, but over there in Beckley, people used to call me Fatty. I grew up right over there off of Kruger. That's where I was at. But people knew Fatty. People knew if Fatty got the ball, Fatty was gonna score. And you can ask people this. This is not just me talking. You ask people this. But yeah, so obviously Fatty when I was Oak Cliff Cowboys, and for the Bacon Center Dragons. But nonetheless, I used to score a lot of touchdowns. Now, when it's time for me to go to junior high and play ball, that's what I wanted to do. My stepdad was like, "Nah, you still too little." Because you gotta think about it. If I'm 5'8", 5'9" now, at 11 or 12, man, I was probably maybe what 4, 5 something. I was pretty little. Maybe 4'7" at the tallest. Was very small. So I understand it. If I'm that short, I'm probably only pushing maybe 75 pounds, maybe 80 pounds at the most. I was a little guy. But I was quick and fast, and when I got the ball, I used to do big things. And that's me, maybe Zach. I don't know how tall I really was, but I just know I was small. So not only was I small, prior to going to junior high at Martin Wise, I was considered a smart kid. And I used to win awards due to my grades. And back then we used to take the TOS test. I know I'm kind of dating myself right now, putting the age on myself, but we used to take the TOS test. And I used to win awards for the school. And I need to go back through there really and see if they still have those awards. But yeah, I used to win awards for the school because I used to score so high on the TOS test. So not only am I little, but I'm smart. So now I'm a little smart nerd, if you could say it, but I still love the game. So let's think about it as you mature a little bit. So now we're like 12, 13, and I'm getting into junior high levels of schooling. So what happens when you are a smart kid? You're a smart kid and you are put in pre-AP and AP classes, you're in gifted and talented, or they call it talented and gifted. You are almost isolated, right? You're almost isolated from everybody else because they want, they want you to use those skills. They want you to develop those skills. They want you to develop that knowledge. So this is where I was. This is what I was doing. Now, here's the insecurity of that though. What happens when a young man, a young kid, a preteen going into teenagehood starts going into the 7th, 8th, ninth grade era, right? Girls start coming into play. But now you gotta think I'm still little, I'm smart. And you like, oh, you got it. And people used to call me cute because my older sister used to go to the school too. And so I had a little clout, I would think, off of her because she was kind of popular or whatnot. But I'm still little and a nerd, as you would say. So with me being in the AP classes, pre-AP classes, and these select classes, I'm the only black kid in the class. Because now, by this time, I'm in Lancaster. So, like I said, I'm dating myself. But at that time, Lancaster, it was just, we was just getting over there. We was just getting over there. So, in my classes, where we got to read The Giver, Capturing the Rye, things like that, I'm the only black kid in there. So, insecurities creep in because when we go out of these classes, I want to be around all my sisters. I mean, I want to, I want to holler at them, but I'm so isolated. I'm not around them. I don't know the conversations going on. I don't know the conversations going on, so I'm not able to connect because you got I'm coming from the Cliff to Lancaster, and so I'm already put into a different environment. Nonetheless, it's cool. We adapt. We strong. We adapt. So I get into these different classes, and now I'm trying to assimilate, or not so much assimilate, but I'm trying to be around, my sisters and brothers. I'm trying to holler at me some chicks too. I like me some girls, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not able to because I don't get to see them. I don't get to pass notes in class with them because I'm in these pre-AP classes. So what do one do when they when they feel that they're out of place? Well, what I did, I can only speak for myself. I downplayed my knowledge. I stopped applying myself so that I could get out of these pre-AP classes, so that I can be around my friends, so I can be around these girls. That's what I did. But here's the double down I had to do on it. Not only did I uh, uh not apply myself to get out of these classes, right? When I get into these regular classes with the kids, no shame or doubt on them or down degrade on them or nothing like that. However, I had to even act like I didn't know then as well. So I can't just come in there and get all A's in there because they're going to say, no, you need to go back over to the pre-AP class and the AP class. I can't do that. So now I'm going in there. I'm intentionally not doing no work. I'm intentionally not grasping or listening. I'm intentionally, not passing tests in classwork. I'm purposely doing that so that I can stay in this midst of these other children. Because I wanted to be around the girls. I wanted to be around my friends. I wanted to hang with them. Right? So here's the deal though. If you don't lose it, you lose it. So as I began to apply myself less and less, as I got older in classes and things did get harder because now I wasn't listening in class when they were giving me the foundation. I wasn't listening in class when they were giving me the building blocks. Not saying everybody else was and wasn't, but I know that I wasn't. So now I got to work a little harder just to stay afloat. And I didn't learn some bad habits. So let's backtrack a little bit, right? So now I got football, God, and girls. That's where we are. Football, God, and girls. That's where we are now, right? So now let's take a couple steps forward to the 10th grade. So now I'm in the 10th grade. No. I'm sorry. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to a very pivotal point. So I guess it's right before the 10th grade. Right after the summer of the 10th grade, and we'll dive in, like I say, we'll dive into premarital sex or sex and women in another episode. But right before the 10th grade is when I lost my virginity. Right? So that's when I first got a sniff of that situation. So now the dynamic changes. So once I got a taste of that, yeah, I know we jumped right in, but I wanna keep going to how I got here. Once I got a taste of that, the whole process changed. So now my situation is girls, football, God. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? It already has changed. It's girls, football, then God. I've already replaced those first two things with women. So let's just keep going. So now, as I've gotten older, 10th grade, I'm balling. We're playing. Now I'm at DeSoto, so we've moved to DeSoto. So I've moved to DeSoto now in the 10th grade, and my nose is wide open. My nose is wide open. It's wide open to where I still love the game of football. I still love the game of football, but you can only play football. And now you see it. Now you can only play football so long. I'm trying to see how I'm trying to run that up. I'm trying to see how many women I can get now. So now I'm a little bit taller. I'm still a short kid, but I'm a little taller now. And not to say anything negative towards Lancaster High School or anything like that, but when I got to DeSoto, the classes were more challenging than they were at Lancaster. But I've already created this habit of not applying myself. I've already created this habit of just not doing anything. So when I got over there and the class was a little more challenging, I wasn't focused. So now I'm flunking classes. I'm missing games due to, ineligibility. So now I'm just messing up all my opportunities of playing ball because I'm really just chasing tail. I'm just chasing. Yeah, I want to play ball. Yeah, I still love football, but you know what I love more than that right now? Yeah, that tail. That was my focus. That was my focus. So I wanted to give y'all that understanding. So now let's speed up to how we are now. I wanted to give y'all the background because there's more to that story. There's more going on in that time frame between high school and now, which we'll get into in a later conversation, in a later date, a later episode. But I wanted to get to where we are now. So now I am pulling back the layers of my life as I begin to work on different projects. As I begin to expose, well, I won't say expose, but as I begin to allow my light to shine more. This is where I am now. This is where I am. God, my family, and then everything else. So we are here now through the ups and downs that I've went through. People, ask me and they talk about, you rapping? Yes, I rap. Yes, I rap. And there's a whole story about that, and I'll give you a bit of it, but I honestly, in my heart, my mind, and my soul, God told me to rap. Because I asked him one day, after going through life of having everything that I had that I wanted. I did this, I did that, I experienced this, I seen that, been here, been that, spent this, felt that. I felt completely empty. I asked God one day, sitting on a plush couch in my house. And I asked him, I said, God, what do you want me to do? quick response, he did not respond. He did not respond. So I went on about my life. A couple weeks later, I was sitting on the same plush couch. And my ex-wife, or my wife at the time, but her sister boyfriend was rapping. And I guess he just sent out a little bitty snippet of him. And I heard it. And instantly, I heard the Spirit of God speaking to me again. He said, "This is rap." And he said it as a statement and a question at the same time. As in, like, this is rap? And he said to me right then, "I want you to rap." And I said, "Rap? I ain't no rapper. I don't even know how to rap. I don't know nothing about rapping." I'm like, "You want me to look like a fool?" And in my spirit, in my prayer, he said, "It's not about rapping. It's about you ask me what it is that I wanted you to do. I want you to give me your faith." So the rapping is a exhibit, an application of my faith. Because I have to go through ridicule. I have to go through being ignored rather. I have to go through not knowing how and learning something. See, in my understanding, in my thought process, when I asked him what he wanted me to, I thought he was going to tell me, go be a coach. Because that's what I did. I knew football. I know football up and down, left and right. Go be a coach. Even to the point where go be a preacher. Yeah. I'm thinking he's going to tell me to do something that I already know. No, he said, no. No. I want you to rap. I want you to rap. So as we conclude this conversation right now and look forward to the next one that we're about to pick up, as you're riding home, if you've already made it home, I appreciate you just pressing play on this video. And I pray to get better. We will get better. We have some great topics. We have some stuff that's getting ready to come that we're going to talk about. However, this is where I am now. But I can only imagine. I can't imagine. I can't wait to see where we're about to go. Thanks for joining this conversation. I'm DenardRaps, and I see y'all on the other side.